Hi, thank you for joining me. Today we are doing a rice paella with sausage. And right now I'm getting the pan for the sausage heated up, and I'm putting some coconut oil in the pan. And now, well, once I get the oil put away, now I'm going to get the sausage cut up and ready to put in the pan. Just trying to collect some rice that I dropped when I was putting it in the cup. And I'm cutting it into rounds as it runs off the board. Okay, and then I'm just checking the pan, see if it's ready for the sausage. And it is. So I'm getting that dumped in there. And now I'm just laying everything out even so it can all cook. And I just pulled out a fork to have it ready for when it's time to flip the sausage over. And now I have a small potato. You can use whatever size potato you want. The small one is just what I had on hand. And I'm just cutting some bigger pieces in half because they were too big. But if you like your potato pieces big, then that's just fine too. And now I'm getting the sausage turned over because it's ready by now. And I'm churning one piece at a time because even though it takes longer, but I make sure that each piece is definitely getting churned over. All right. And now I'm grabbing the onions, which will be going in the other pan. I've got to get those chopped up. In the onions, there's no specific amount. It's just however much you want. And I'm putting some, I just turned the pan on and putting some oil in the pan to get hot. And as you can tell, this is a little bit bigger pan. And I did that because it has the sides, the higher sides on them. And that's because I'll be putting some vegetable broth and some water in there. So it would hold everything in better. And now I'm just continuing to cut up some onion. And I'm just doing a little bit. As I said, there's no specific amount. It's just whatever your heart desires, if you like more or less. And now I'm putting the onions back in the refrigerator. And now the sausage is pretty much ready to be taken out. And this time I'm going to, without getting the oil out of the pan, I'm going to just dump the sausage right into the bowl. And I'll set the sausage aside until I'm ready for it. And now the pan for the onions is ready, so I'm going to get that dumped in. Turn down the fire a little bit, and the potatoes that I had cut up. And those are going to cook until they get, well, until the potatoes are soft and browned a little bit, and also the onions have turnt color as well, and they're soft. Okay, those are all cooked now. That took probably about 10 minutes or so to get brown and soft. They didn't really have to cook too much. I'm trying to keep the oil in the pan, so I'm just taking everything out a little at a time. And now it's time for the rice. I'm going to cook that up a little bit until it gets a little brown. Or change color a little. Not that it's going to be like brown, but it'll change color. And now I'm adding some oil. I didn't add it before I put the rice in, so just to make sure it doesn't stick or burn or anything. And spreading that all out and everything. Make sure everything's good. So that'll cook for a few minutes. And now, as you can kind of see, everything, the rice is a little bit darker. It's not real white now, so it's pretty much ready to add everything else. Now I'm going to add the potatoes back into the pan on top of the rice and the sausage. And the vegetable broth. I'll be adding a cup of that. And I just remembered before doing that, I need to add some garlic salt. Some onion powder. Some paprika. And some oregano. I had to shake that a little bit harder to get it to come out. All right, and I'm going to move that around a little bit, get it spread out evenly. And now I can add the vegetable broth. I'm going to do a cup of that. And get that back in the refrigerator. And a cup of water. And mix that around a little bit. And I'm going to let this come to a simmer until it all soaks in. As you can see now, for about 15-20 minutes it simmered until the broth all soaked into the rice and everything cooked all together. And that's where you get your paella. Paella. And now I'm getting a bowl. I had to go over to the dishwasher to grab my bowl. Because now it's time to scoop it on out. By the way, I forgot to tell you, I did 1 cup of rice, as you could see actually though. But you can add as much as you need depending on how many people you're feeding. And get the fire turned off. There you go. Hope you give it a try. Thanks.